Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the EJ Sports Podcast. Is your host, Ian, my boy Jay here.
Hey.
And today we're going to be talking about the top 3 things we are not looking forward to at WrestleMania. Now, thank you guys for your support on the first video, the top 3 things that me and Jay have specifically our top 3 things that we are looking forward to. Now, this is the part 2 of the series that we're doing here. And we're going to be talking about things that we're not looking forward to. Now, last video, me, you, Jay, we had sort of a discussion, sort of argument. But guess what? All the hate that's in your system, say it right now. You're allowed to do it. This is on you. Anything you want to say. Well, let's say it like this. Jay, anything you want to say right now before we start the video? You know, is there any comments, especially with the Raw that we just saw today, March 30th?
Raw was boring. There was nothing. Why do we have a match of Seth Rollins against Gunther and there wasn't no storyline? I kind of understand they wanted Mr. Braun, but if they knew that Braun could not make it, Gunther should have just, I don't know, did open challenge. He should have done a storyline saying that Seth Rollins is nothing. He's not medically clear. He cannot beat me even with a one arm. He could have just done something, Gunther, to actually make this match washable. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good match, but lack of storyline because of Cripple Fraud that he doesn't know what to do.
And I'll be honest with you, that segues right into the number one thing I'm not, looking forward to. We're going straight into it. I believe same thing because my number one thing is that I'm not looking forward to is just making matches just to make them. A lot of matches at WrestleMania right now have zero storyline. And if they do have a storyline, it makes no goddamn sense. On SmackDown, we saw Sami Zayn win the United States Championship on Carmelo Hayes. And it's just confirmed out of nowhere that it'll be Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania for the belt. Why not do Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes? Why not do a triple threat match? Why do you have to take away the belt from Carmelo Hayes, take away a big spotlight, which would be WrestleMania, and just give it to Sami Zayn, someone who hasn't deserved it? And to touch on what you just said, Seth Rollins versus Gunther, it's confirmed to be a match. Why? Just because there's two dudes who don't have a match and they're too big to not be on the card? Why not build it like that? Why not be like mano y mano? Let's see who's the best. Right? We could have that sort of matches, but if we're just gonna do some random storyline that makes no sense 2 weeks out from WrestleMania, we're like 2 weeks out. 2 to 3 weeks. Like, what is that? What is going on, Jay? What do you think?
It's just Cripple Fraud doesn't know what he's doing. I feel like he's still lingering to whatever happened in the first 2 WrestleManias that he did. Well, was it 2 or was it 1? 2, right?
Yeah.
Was it LA and Philly, right?
LA and Philly.
Okay, the past 2, just because...
LA, Philly, then Vegas.
I know, but Vegas was trash.
Yeah.
But I'm saying about the first 2.
Yeah.
Just because of Mr. Vince, he actually gave the gold, the storylines, nice and steady to Triple H, and now he doesn't know what to do, and his writing team doesn't know what to do. Yeah. We all thought that Mr. Road Dogg was the one who was making all these horrible decisions. But no, he's the one who's actually telling Triple H, no, I don't like this storyline. No, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. But Triple H, Cripple Fraud, is like, no, I hate your plan.
It's not even that. Like, to be honest with you, Sami Zayn has been doing this for years, where he shouldn't be somewhere, but he's there. We'll still take it back to
Mr. Sammy Hogan should have won the WWE title in 2023.
The things are like, look, This is harken back to those WrestleManias.
But the Cody Hogan needed to finish the story.
Well, it makes sense.
And I understand that part. That's why they didn't give the title to Sammy
But
Hogan.
but if you think about it, look, go back to when Sami Zayn beat Gunther. Who was the storyline though?
It was Mr. Chad Gable.
It was Chad Gable.
Mr. Americano.
Mr. Americano. But now the storyline is let's continue the feud that we had in NXT of Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes.
That would have been perfect.
But what happens now? You take away the belt from Carmelo Hayes, you put it on Sami Zayn, but guess what? We're only doing a 1v1. What type of BS is that, man? What type of BS? Like, it's insane.
But that's what Triple H runs, and now I know why a lot of people don't like him, and Tony Khan is the best booker right now at the moment.
I don't know about best booker, bro. Have you seen recently AEW?
I know, but at the moment, yes.
Maybe. Honestly, it might be Undertaker.
But no one cares about Triple I.
I know, but it might be Undertaker. Well, what is your number 3 thing that you're not looking forward to at WrestleMania?
Let me think. There's so many. LA Knight not having a... Well, he's going to have a feud, but not like a title or anything like a Brock Lesnar against LA Knight.
I guess your thing is LA Knight's not on a prominent feud for WrestleMania. I feel like that's your number 3.
Yeah. Why is he going to be maybe wrestling freaking Speed or being in a triple threat? No, not triple threat. In a tag team.
Six-man tag.
Six-man tag team. Freaking Usos, LA Knight against 2 YouTubers and Austin Theory. That, you know, the Vision is going to lose and Austin Theory is going to get the pin. No, he's going to get pinned easily by LA Knight or the Usos. I'm not looking forward to that. LA Knight deserves more. Triple H, triple fraud, doesn't know what he's doing with LA Knight. LA Knight, you need to leave. You need to go to TNA, Japan, go to Mexico, go to AEW, go anywhere. Just leave WWE because triple fraud doesn't like you, doesn't know what to do with you. You are over, and you're just doing feuds that doesn't make sense, and you're going to be the new Rusev.
Honestly, he's the next Cesaro.
Or Cesaro. I forgot about Mr. Cesaro.
Mr. Claudio Castagnoli, who lost the CMLL World Championship. But to talk about what you said about LA Knight, AEW would be perfect for him at the moment. I feel like AEW would do well. But I feel like it's the idea, and we've been saying this since the beginning of this podcast. Since the beginning of this channel. Last year, we've been saying this, that Triple H has his favorites. And sadly, he doesn't want to give opportunities. Now, I heard Santi Zap say this recently, and which is completely true. And he said it like probably years before, but he's been harking on it recently. One of the best eras of wrestling, and people don't give it its credit, is the ruthless aggression era because they experimented with new people for the belt. That was the era of Brock. You had Brock as champion, Kurt, Eddie Guerrero. You had Rey Mysterio, obviously Randy Orton. You had of course, you had the reign of Triple H. Shawn Michaels held the belt for a bit, like JBL. Like so many new talent mixed in with the old guard, becoming champion, getting that getting the title. No, we'll go a little bit years later. John Cena finally gets his belt. RVD, Edge, like so many people are getting the belt, and I feel like we're at the point where we deserve that now. The old guard are very old and very stale. We know what they're going to do. We don't know what LA Knight's going to do with the world title. We don't know what possibly Trick Williams coming in, Obafemi going in. Like you said, Sami Zayn, even though he's an older wrestler, he hasn't been a world champion. We don't know what he's going to be in the main event scene. But I feel like they got scared. They got scared because of Jey Uso. And I feel like that is the issue. You tested the waters with one of the worst wrestlers who is the only reason why he's popular because of the yeeting. Without the yeet, Jey Uso would be stuck in the tag team scene. Big Jimmy Uso, he's the one with the true character. He's the one with the true mic skills, but you gave it to the wrong twin. And I feel like that's the issue. You got scared because you gave it to somebody who didn't deserve it and who wasn't good enough for it. And I feel like you're right. LA Knight and Sami Zayn should have been world champion years back. But sadly, they strapped all their money on the cash cow of Roman Reigns. And now they're hoping to do the same thing with the world title scene. Now I'm going to be talking about my second thing that I'm not looking forward to. And I know, Jay, this is just something you want to talk about, so we could combine this for both of ours for number two. It is the whole tag team division as itself. Both Raw, SmackDown, and Women's Tag Team. It's all trash. We just saw Division win the tag team belt, but they treated it as a joke, right? The Raw tag team division is non existent. Where are the Creed brothers? The War Raiders are feuding in AAA and not even winning the belt, right? Does the LWO even exist? We haven't seen any of them on TV, right? What's going on? We gave an opportunity to the Alpha Academy, and then we just said, "Oh, bye bye. We don't deserve you. You don't show up." Like, what the hell is even going on here? What is the Raw Tag Team division? We're just in between two people, one that doesn't deserve the belt, and one who just now became champion. And then if we go over to the SmackDown division, right? You have the MFTs, you have the very bad Wyatt Six, and you're having people like the Street Profits, Fraxium, like the Motor City Machine Guns. You're having people and wrestling, tag team wrestling, greats just being in the wings. And don't get me started. And we said this in the beginning that the women's tag team division will go stale. Will go stale once you got the belts off of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, and it's true. Because today we saw a match that me and Jay were nowhere near interested in. We quite literally left for a bit.
It was a bathroom break.
It literally was. I get it. You're trying to build up Lash Legend. You're trying to make this sort of twin tower, sort of, huge, unstoppable forces. Lash Legend's not ready. She is still very raw. Nia Jax was never a great wrestler. Now you're adding in the Divas era Bella twins. You're adding in Charlotte and Alexa, who are two great competitors as single stars. But yet, we're still having them attacking the division because you have no stars. Bailey and Lyra are just floundering in this title scene. And wait, Jay, I'm gonna ask you a question. What happened to Bailey's voices in her head? What happened to that?
I don't know. She's not Randy Orton.
Like, we had this sort of teased heel turn, but Bailey is no longer doing that. Like, do you see what I'm talking about with
Cripple
this?
Fraud doesn't know what he's doing. Probably he's like in catering, just eating and saying, "Oh, I think she has voices," and then afterwards, the next week, can I hear it? That means.
But you know what's the funny part? Your two best tag teams are not feuding for the belts. The Kabuki Warriors are still with Io Sky and the Judgment Day women. Because Roxanne Perez barely came back today. She came back from injury. They're also not feuding. You literally have your two biggest actual tag teams not feuding for the belt. So in my opinion, and I'm including this with you because I know you have a lot to say about the tag team division. I feel like our combined number two is the whole tag team division. Both Raw, SmackDown, and Women's. Jay, take it over, man.
The tag team division is lame. They don't know what they're doing. They need to take very good notes from AEW because AEW knows what to do with the tag team division. And I thought with Cripple Fraud, the tag team division was gonna reinstate themselves, be like they could may have main event one of the nights in the Triple H era, but no, we should see the motor machinery in like catering doing nothing. It was the DIY when Tommaso Ciampa was there. What happened? Tommaso Ciampa left. Johnny Gargano, he's in NXT. They ruined that. The YS6, they're just lame. Um, the Solo Sokoa team, they're lame too. That means the Vision, lame. Well, the only good part of the Vision is Logan Paul because he knows how to do decent promos. The Usos, we already see them so many times, lame. And several other ones. The women's tag team division sucks. They should get rid of those titles. And yeah,
It's funny because like we've been saying this for some time, and talking about tag teams who are not feuding for the belts. The New Day aren't feuding for the belt. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, what happened with the New Day? Oh yeah, Saber Woods is injured. Why they don't
But yeah,
do the New Day of this the
you know,
Kofi and this other guy? I don't know what's his.
Grayson Waller. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Grayson Waller is part of the group. You still have two. You still have a tag team, but yet they're not feuding for the belt. Kofi's feuding with. Kofi went for the belt with Penta. Like this is the thing. I don't understand what's going on. The whole tag team division. I don't understand it. I wish, and people were. This is the weird thing. You know how we talked about Road Dogg, and how we were saying that with him leaving, is it going to be helpful or hurtful with the company? I've been seeing people are happy. People are blaming Road Dogg for the bad booking, not realizing that maybe it is Triple H. It's the thing, like clearly the booking is the issue, but when you have the old heads who don't want to experiment, aka Triple H, aka Paul Heyman, aka I think it was Hayes. I think Hayes is still there, part of that.
Bobby Roode is there too.
No, but he's, in my opinion, the newer wrestlers will understand what it means to book the newer style.
I know, but Bobby Roode, he was in the TNA era and all that. He's an old head too. I mean,
See, not really. I'm talking about like people who wrestled in the 80s and 70s and 90s.
Bobby Roode wrestled in the 90s.
But I'm talking about prominently like Hayes, Road Dogg was part of that. Triple H, Heyman.
Bobby Roode.
Sure, we'll add Bobby Roode there. For some reason, you have this hate for Bobby Roode.
Yes, sir.
You have this hate for Bobby Roode, but sure, we'll add Bobby Roode.
He should have been a main eventer.
Then why do you hate him? I agree. Then why you hate him?
I don't hate him. I just want to put the blame on him because he was in the, that show that they have on Netflix. What is it called? The
Unreal?
Yeah, that thing.
So you blame him for something? Okay, yeah, we're all right. Well, we're gonna go with my number one, and I feel like this number one is very much. I'm gonna say this as a. I know, not being in the business, not knowing what's up. My number one is the greed of TKO, the greed of prices, the greed of wanting to sell everything. And this is not just TKO, this is every sort of company in sports and sports entertainment. You are eye gouging everyone. You're just doing it. You're eye gouging everyone. And you're expecting the people to roll over and play dead and give you your wallets. And that's just not going to happen. Now, I know that WWE are feeling it because they're doing discounts. They're doing stuff like that. Now, I'm gonna put you some numbers out here, and Jay, I want you to entertain me entertain this while I show you the numbers. Last time we talked about SmackDown and them coming to San Jose, our local area, we said the prices were nearly $100. Right now, April 10th, where we're like 2 weeks away, They are currently at $68, and there are a ton of seats still available. $68 nosebleeds for one ticket. If you want ringside, you are paying a cool $1,607 ringside. And
That's a lot of money.
you're not even the front row. That is $1,000. You're a row 2, seat 14, $1,607.90. That is a SmackDown. That is not even WrestleMania. It's not even a PLE. That's just a regular SmackDown. And we're talking about ringside $1,000. Now, we did a video which will be coming up soon in our vlog channel that we have, the It Is EG 408 channel. We talked about the cheapest tickets for an AEW show, which also came to San Jose, compared to an indie show, our local indie show. Jay, can you reveal how much we paid for the cheapest ticket for AEW?
Only $37.
We paid $37. Like section 200, like probably we're putting more like the 5th row or 6th row, the 200 section in a smaller area. And we paid $30 for a general admission for our local indie show, where we saw Místico, in Máscara Dorada. $30 indie, $37 AEW. The one AEW show before their pay-per-view. We paid $37. For WWE nosebleeds, it is double the price than it was for AEW. That shows the difference. I feel like TKO WWE should realize this. You're going to lose the younger audience. You're going to lose the people if you keep charging double the price for a regular show compared to your competition. And you're not putting the better product. In my opinion, it's just the prices in general for WWE. That is my sort of last thing I'm not looking forward to, because we talked about going to WrestleMania. But what the prices they're doing is not worth it. I'd rather stay home. Jay, what's your number one thing that you're not looking forward to at WrestleMania?
The whole WrestleMania card. Trash. Boring. The only good one, Oba versus Brock. And maybe Cody, Randy. And maybe CM Punk. And Roman.
What about the unsanctioned match between Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu?
That was too lame. If there's blood, all right, cool. If there's no blood, boring. But yeah, Oba versus Brock. Maybe Randy against Cody. Maybe Roman against Punk. But the WrestleMania card, both days, lame, boring. Hopefully they could prove me wrong. Hopefully they don't put me to sleep. Well, the Penta match, apparently it's going to be a ladder match. But